Hi, this is Captain Al Lorenzetti for SkimmerOutdoors.com, Trophy Fishing Tackle, and Ramsey Realtors, bringing you the weekend update and fishing report. This for the weekend of July 15th, 16th, and 17th. Weather, first of all, looks excellent. 3 days, very little wind, great weekend to take a long offshore run. Inshore fishing as well, the weather is going to be perfect. So, thing is to get out there and catch them. So, what's out there to catch? Let's see. I'm still picking away at striped bass. I mean, it's nothing great, but there are fish around. A couple of days ago I had fish, 20 pounds. And, so the striped bass is still here, but like I said, it's not red hot. But if you know what you're doing, you can still capture a fish here and there. Clam chumming, guys are catching them on clam chum as well around the inlet area, so that'll work, as well as live bait and fish in the pods. Lots of small sharks on the pods. And some big ones too, so be prepared if you want to have some fun. Maybe a big mako shows up and you go home with something to eat. Other news inshore, fluke fishing seems to have picked up. Some quality fish have been caught. I mean, it's not red hot, but there are definitely some fish. A neighbor of mine was out, he dropped a big fish on the reef offshore. A couple of other guys I know fishing inshore. Of course, the last of the incoming is the best tide to fish. The water's clean, coming in from the ocean. We got a little bit of a brown tide working in the back bay, so, middle to the end of the ebb is not the best time to fish inshore, in which case you might want to run offshore. All 3 days you should be able to get outside. Maybe very little wind, so you may end up having to power drift a little bit, which always works well. So keep that in mind, keep that tactic ready to go. Let's see, sea bass, when you can find a piece that hasn't been beat up, you can catch some quality sea bass. If you go on the offshore reef, all of the big spots, the well-known spots, get hit up pretty bad by the party boats. So the thing is to look around. As a private boater, you don't need much. What the heck, it's 3 fish per man. You find a little piece of structure, and you can get on that, especially with windless days. You can kind of drift it without having to anchor up. And so you have an opportunity to try a lot of little different pieces, and you should connect with enough sea bass to fill your limit and have a good eating meal. Let's see, offshore scene, sharks still red hot. That's the primary news offshore. Anywhere from, the NA buoy area, let's say 10 miles on out to 30 miles. The Linda areas produced well, the Triple Rex areas, the G&D over there, all producing sharks, middle of the compass rose. All hot areas, nice size makos, those real nice ones, perfect ones to bring home for the barbecue, 150-pound fish, something in that neighborhood, and a couple of real big ones in between too. And a bunch of threshers, some real big ones, and some, 150, 200-pound fish out there, and a few other assorted sharks around as well. So shark fishing's red hot, easy to do, a couple of cans of chum, flat of mackerel or bunker, and you're all set. You might want to take fresh bunker or maybe even a live one. There's some hammerheads out there. They're very, very particular feeders. They do like, hammerheads love a piece of squid. A whole squid on a hook, they would eat that up. Or a live bunker. You go past a couple of schools of bunker on the way out, snag a few pieces up and keep them for fresh bait, either live or just fresh dead. The bluefin action is really happening. They haven't really set into one spot, but anywhere along that 30 to 40 fathom line, 180 to 225 feet, the Texas Tower down to the Coimbra, the southern, center of the compass rose to the south edge of the compass rose, all in that stretch there are bluefin tuna. A lot of times you're going to find them up on top, so have popping plugs ready, have jigs ready. They're chasing sand deals up to the top and they're being caught on the troll as well, on green machines, little mini green machines, clones, zucchini spreader bars. That all works great on bluefin. So that's what's happening in there, and a little bit of life now has shown up. The Hudson seems to have warmed up some, the 100 square area. A couple of big eyes produced out of that, some yellowfin showing up, and some white marlin out there as well. So I mean, it's all happening offshore. Any place you want to go, all the venues are going to be hot, and it's a great weekend weather-wise to do an overnighter, take a long day trip and get out there and have some fun. So that's about it for this weekend. I apologize for the quality of the broadcast here, but Tim is away and Captain Al's doing it himself, so is what it is. See you on the water. Be safe. Get out there. Have fun. Catch 'em up.